cars off on the formation lap for the Kumho Series for their third race. It's 15 laps. It's a dry racetrack, and everyone's going to have pretty good tyre condition as well, given the wet race earlier today and changeable conditions yesterday, where most people ran their wet tyres for at least one of the sessions. So
interesting. John McCorkindale's tyres should be really good, almost green.
Yeah.
Because he ran wets in that earlier race today and reaped the benefits by going away and winning comfortably.
The grid has McCorkindale and Smith 1 and 2, Greenbury and Kane 3 and 4, then Smurden and Policina, Anderson and Page 7th and 8th, with Collins and Boys going from the 5th row of the grid, Brad Neal and Liam Moran rolling out the field. 12 cars to take the starter in this one. 15 laps the distance, Kumho Series at Phillip Island away, and a nice start by McCorkindale and the dole before you Nick Falcon, but Smith's second phase was better, and that car got away very nicely, and he'll lead the field down into turn 1. Someone slow away, that was Collins in the ex-Kelly Racing Jack Daniels entry. Smoke a bit there from McCorkindale's car, saw that on the formation lap as he was going past the hay shed, so we'll monitor that. Greenbury and behind, contact there. Page and Policina come together down at turn 2. It's very, very wet offline off the racetrack, and Jim will just be able to continue on. And that was 2 into 1, didn't go into the southern loop.
Yeah, and in the meantime, Smith out in front. Greenbury's got past McCorkindale into second. Kane there following those two. Chris Smurden didn't quite get the start he got earlier today, but we have him with Anderson right on his back.
Going to get a look now at what happened down at turn 2, so watch to the right of screen. Just the back of shot there as they barrel into left-hander. Oh, like the inside there, Page. They were side by side.
You can see it again here that Smith's car's better in the first half of the lap, and Greenbury gets him back in the second half, particularly that drive out of MG corner where that power down on the edge car seems to be a bit stronger. We're seeing it again here, but the noise in the background you may have heard just a little while ago was Jim Policina leaving the pits with a tyre change. He is now a lap down in 9th position.
Jack Smith using all the road, as you mentioned last lap, the exit of 11. So these two continue at it. One of these a main game team in Brad Jones Racing, gearing up for an Enduro campaign. The other most successful team in Super 2 competition, Eggleston Motorsport, and two-time champions in the Kumho Series as well. Look at the things loaded up through turn 1. They would have seen these dry conditions and gone full attack on their setup. And it'd be interesting, some tyre conservation over the course of this race. They've all got good condition rubber for this, so I reckon they've thrown everything they can to get performance out of these cars, and it's showing in lap speed as well, because Jack Smith last time round did a 33.6. It's only 4/10 off the lap record here at Phillip Island, which was set by Gary Jacobson 12 months ago, almost to the day, in the car that Michael Anderson is now running. Anderson's continued, by the way. He's P4. There's the Kenwood Holmes car. He's been chased by Michael Kane, who is 5th.
Yeah, those two were in the reverse position a couple of laps ago. Anderson not only got away from Smurden, but he's now past Kane, and currently sits in 4th position. So can he catch McCorkindale? At the moment, he's not as fast as McCorkindale. McCorkindale's about a 10th of a second per sector quicker, and consolidating that 3rd position.
Yeah, and at the same time, McCorkindale giving up about 6/10, 7/10 a lap at the moment to the leaders. So he's just sort of in a race of his own in P3 at the moment. But if he finishes where he is now, he'll grab 3rd for the round overall, which will be a huge accomplishment for the family race team, McCorkindale Motorsport. Good lap for Smith that time round. Pulled a little bit more of a margin over Tyler Greenbury. So strong in the first sector. Again, we're seeing this BJR car through turn 1, turn 2, and that run down to Honda. Exceptionally strong. Really good through turn 2, where there's so much time to be made. It's a difficult corner. Fortunate enough to spend some time on the MR driver development sim up in Queensland, and actually about 25 laps in a electronic version of a supercar. Greenbury's off the road in a big way, and spears across the road and clips Jack Smith. And Jack Smith is out.
McCorkindale takes the lead. We'll have a safety car for sure now. Anderson up the second, Kane 3rd, but that was huge.
big damage to the front of the Edge Designer Homes Commodore. And for the second round this year at Phillip Island, race 3 has not been kind to Tyler Greenbury. So let's have a look. Let's see where this started. Oh, is that tyre?
Well, he was on the brakes, that's for sure. Yeah, it looks like a tyre's gone down.
So
right front.
The right front, the loaded side of the car through turn 3, which is a very, very quick corner. So that's it from the other angle. Oh, Jack Smith is brutally unlucky there. There was the rear wheel and the rear bar clipped by Greenbury, but it was enough to break the rear suspension by the looks of it on the Brad Jones Racing Commodore. There was nothing he could do about that. So we saw an incident down there a couple of years ago in the Supercars race here. It left James Courtney with a broken leg. It's an enormous crash, and it's just one of the risks. It'd be very, very difficult to protect against that kind of thing down at that corner.
And this is now underway again. McCorkindale leads him out on the straight with Anderson tucked in behind him, and then Kane and Smurden already gapping the next 3 cars.
I reckon about 3, maybe 4 laps left in this race. So there's 4 minutes and then a lap extra for time certainty in this one. So there's plenty of racing to go, plenty of opportunity for Michael Anderson to put a move on and get a victory. McCorkindale can afford to finish second in this race, probably even third, and still win the round, though there is a bigger points weighting in race 3, the longer race at a Kumho Series round. It pays 60 points to win compared to 40 for the other 2. So we're back underway. Falcons 1 and 2 and 4 with Chris Smurden in behind. And Chris has been fiery this weekend, very, very fast. The former series champion. A locked Kumho for Anderson. The run into Honda, and it's a side-by-side battle with the race leader into Siberia.
Kane looking for a way around as he runs a little bit wide at 5, almost invites Smurden to go up the inside of him there. These 4 are running line astern. They've already put a gap back to Page and Collins and Pollicina, who is a lap down, of course.
Cast your mind back to Queensland Raceway, our last round of the Kumho Series. Michael Kane and Chris Smurden spent most of that weekend banging into each other. It was an extraordinary fight. They had a good laugh about it after the weekend, but she was pretty serious while they were on track. Now the sheep station's just a little bit bigger because they're running 3rd and 4th on the road and fighting for a spot on the round podium. So this is a replay of turn 4 after that restart.
Lock up by Anderson, wow, and he hit the back of McCorkindale as well. We can see that bonnet's copped further damage after coming unglued at the start of the previous race.
He's on here, Michael Anderson. Great run out of turn 12 in the toe of John McCorkindale and goes down the inside to grab a lead, or is it not? McCorkindale holds on. He's got the right line into the southern loop. A slight lock up on the inside, and they continue to battle side by side. McCorkindale holds on, holds off the advances of Michael Anderson, and holds on to his race lead for at least another corner or 2.
And there's also the same sort of shenanigans going on right behind and between Kane and Smurden, very tight.
Here goes Anderson down the inside, great move, under brakes at Honda and got it done. Kane's off the road, Smurden goes through and grabs 3rd spot. So that position changes hands as well. We've got a new race leader. Michael Anderson now in front. Could we see another stat added to the record book of a first-time winner in the Kumho Series? What a weekend it has been.
And Anderson now moving away to consolidate that front-running newer model car, of course, would be the trick car to have here out of the 2.
1 lap. This is the last lap. Down to MG. What a weekend of racing for the Kumho Series. And we're just adding names to the record book now. The title contenders out in a big crash at turn 4. John McCorkindale won his first race earlier on today. Now it's Michael Anderson's turn. What a performance. He wins for the first time in Kumho Series. And for John, you can pop the McCork because he's won the round. The 69 Ford takes Phillip Island. Michael Anderson wins race 3. John McCorkindale was second and wins the round. Michael Kane third. An exceptional weekend. They might have a look at that bump and run there with Chris Smurden, I wonder. Stephen Page, P5. Gary Collins next. And from there on in, walking wounded and DNFs with Pollicina and that big crash with Smith and Greenbury not getting to the line.
More to come after the break as we jump into the sim racing world for the SRO Esport GT Series Grand Finale from Japan Suzuka Circuit.